people laughed at me. They laughed at me. My body weight went down to 198 pounds. I didn't even look like a bodybuilder anymore. You know, when I said I wanted to make a comeback, they laughed, called me delusional. All this, all that. Blah, 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 blah. That's all I heard. But I just want you to know one thing. If you have a dream and a goal and everything in your mind and something deep down in your heart, don't let it go. If that thing is burning down inside, you need to go back to that place, because I did it. And I'm glad I did.
So, it is push day, or no, today's a rest day, but I'm going to add this into the push day before. But, man, I'm sick of, I definitely have some eating disorder, and, I was thinking about quitting this series, taking rid of True Tide, taking Ozempic, because something needs to change for me to start dropping weight. And yeah, and like now I have a plan, and I'm gonna try this plan. It's probably not the safest route or plan, but it's also like we just gotta get it done with. I'm sick of being this heavy all the time. But anyways, we're gonna be fasting. Not like, I'm not one of them idiots that goes, I'm gonna eat absolutely nothing for 40 days and shit my brains out of water. That's not the plan. The plan is a Catholic biblical fast. Because from a lot of teachings and readings I've been reading, fast from something that is separating you from God, or fast from something that's making you lazy. Anything, fasting from anything that's bad will cure the relationship with that bad thing. Right now, food. Like, I just need, if I feel like if I just do the Catholic fast, which is 2 stacks of a veal every day, it'll change my relationship with food, and also I'd be losing weight. And I keep hearing like God saying like, do the fast, like, and now I'm gonna try it starting tomorrow. So yeah, still looking big and huge and shit. It's just I'm sick of being big. Like, I want to be lean and defined, not big with a beer gut. And yeah, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, today's my rest day. I'm going to confession at the church. And if you're a Catholic, this is coming from someone that's only been a week-long Catholic, go to confession, get your sins done with, and go to Mass every single Sunday and pray your rosary. That's literally it, okay? I don't get how you feel that you were traumatized growing up because your parents made you go to church. I wish my parents brought me to church, but no, I figured out my own faith. So, start going to confession again, and start receiving the Eucharist again every Sunday. I'll just say this about Catholics, and hopefully I don't get assassinated out of nowhere. We do not support Israel. We do not support Zionism. We do not support war that involves killing innocent people to win it. Jesus isn't behind your party. He isn't behind Trump winning a war. He is 100%, like Pope Leo said, he's not going to answer your prayers that has anything to do with violence. Okay? Jesus Christ is not going to answer your prayers when you say, "Dear Lord, please help us win this war and kill innocent people around the world." He's not answering your prayers. That's Satan. Okay? Because in the Bible it says that Israel's the Holy Land and that we are Israel, it meant during that time, Israel was the strongest, biggest city in the world. During that time in that area, Israel was a metaphor for strength and unity and power. That, like, we are all that. If you support Israel thinking that they're still God's chosen people, well, guess what? I don't know what to tell you, but then you don't believe in the New Testament. Because Jesus said that he spreaded his kingdoms nation to nation, and that it no longer was just Israel. Okay? And oh, so you must be a far leftist then. Get fucked. I'm not a part of that either. Okay? Because they're both the same parties, if you think about it. One kills babies in the womb. The other, they think they're better, but kill people overseas, innocent people. You get me? You get my gist now? And if the U.S. government wants to start drafting people like me, I will make me take a psychiatric test, and then they'll find out what's really fucked up with me, and I won't be able to go. There's a reason why I've never been tested for mental health issues. Okay? I'm not gonna die for Israel to fight your war because you're defending yourself for being on Epstein's island and all of your relatives from Israel were on it as well. Anyway, so this got out of confession. That, like, I'm so thankful that my priest here, Father Bryce, he'd probably be like the most chillest dude I think I've ever met. He's definitely a younger priest. He's like in his late 30s or early 40s. But he grew up a rancher, kind of like me, like working on ranches, you know, he helps brand at ranches here. He comes to my town, helps us at ranches, drinks beer. And it's funny because when I was a Protestant, all you heard was, if you drink any sip of alcohol, it's demonic. And alcohol is some weird name that they came up with that relates to a demon. And meanwhile, Catholicism, we like alcohol, we like beer, as long as you're not an idiot and fall into drunkenness and you know, make acts of bad decisions. Like, there's a lot of sins that people think are sins in your mind, but it's not really until you do the act that then it's this actual sin. Like, there's a lot of examples. I could give one good example, but then I'd be canceled because no one likes traditions of how the very first Christians, aka Catholics, used to be. But how are we feeling about the hair getting grown out now that I can slick it back? I think I should keep growing it just to see. I want to wait till July to cut it. Like, I just want to keep growing it. And then when I cut it, I want to get like some greaser look going. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the daily mass here. It starts in an hour, so I'm gonna go to this gas station and get something to eat. I don't know what, but I'm telling you guys, this is like kind of our first very big bump in the road of this series. Also, people need to quit acting so retarded all the time. Like, this is my first time ever getting shredded in a fast way. So of course I'm gonna have a lot of failures doing this the first time filming every day. So it's been 3 days of doing a rest day. Basically not meal prepping, eating like shit still. But I did come up with a plan for how I'm gonna do this, and I'd say within 4 weeks we'll be really close to our goal. With this new approach I'm taking, I do not recommend it to someone that's a beginner, but I figured I'm just gonna do this since I have enough muscle mass to do it. We're just gonna do an aggressive mini cut where I eat 2,000 calories a day, do 15,000 steps a day with 30 minutes of cardio, and do that for about 4 weeks. And yeah, it's not the smartest idea, but it'll kind of be like Lent all over again, like kind of like fasting and getting closer to God, changing my relationship with food, stuff like that. Like, I've been so busy with work, I just kind of forgot I was doing this YouTube and cutting shit. But we're back on it. That's all I can say. No excuses. I don't really got any. But yeah, I'm gonna drink this energy drink, do some meal prep stuff. Then have some cream of rice, hit the gym, get my steps in, and do cardio. I will say though that this is not the end. Like, I love the hate. I love when I get hate. I love when people say, oh, you're a religious idol worshiper and stuff like that because I became Catholic, or you'll never get under 200 pounds, or you'll never be shredded. You're always, it's just your frame. You're always gonna be that big, heavy guy. Okay, I love that. I love when people say that to me, because I can make stuff in my head happen before I even do it. Usually it just takes a lot longer than I think, but I love that. I love the hate. I love when people say I can't do something. It gives me more motivation because I know I can do this, and I know with this new plan that nothing's gonna stop me. And yeah, and I know I've been saying that a lot, but you know, I just keep going. I don't care what happens. So, I guess I'll tell you guys the actual plan. So, 2,000 calories a day, around 10,000 to 15,000 steps a day, with 30 to 20 minutes of cardio. And for all of this to work, I gotta have at least exactly around 50 grams of fat, exactly around 200 grams of protein, and exactly around a liter or so of water a day. If any of them things fall past 2 days or something, I'm gonna have a really bad hormonal balance, and the same shit's gonna keep happening over and over, where I have a hormonal thing going on, eat like shit for 3 days out of the week, which I've always had this hormonal thing wrong with me, and then sometimes it's just straight up food addiction. But that's the plan, and because I already have OCD, it should be fine. But every day has to be very close to them things. If they're not at all, because this deficit is so strict and so like aggressive, if anything gets out of line too far, it will completely screw up the whole thing. And we have to keep in mind that if it's 2 weeks in and I'm not getting results and I'm starting to have bad like health issues, then we have to quit doing it immediately and go back into maintenance. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong with this approach, but like if any bad things happen, it's an easy fix, if you know what I'm saying. Like I would just go back to the normal kind of maintenance calorie deficit and stuff like that. But heading to the school, I'm gonna get some steps in at the track before the throwers show up. I'm still coaching, by the way, so like all of my problems I've been mentioning, and plus this job I have, also I'm still a coach, a high school track coach. So yeah, I might be the youngest ever coach that the school has ever hired. I'm only 21, guys, and this is my 3rd year coaching. So I've been coaching since I was 18. So yeah, but I love coaching. I love track. I love teaching the youth and these younger kids about how much I love track, because then it's like a whole new generation that can fall in love with the sport. Because what I hate is like kids that won't even do any sports or anything because their coach was a dick, or their coach made them quit loving the sport, which that's why I never played basketball growing up. I actually loved basketball, but I just didn't like the coaches and stuff. And anytime I try out, I was never built like a basketball player. I was a fat guy. So just got done coaching, and Yeah, found out that there's a track meet tomorrow, on a frickin' Tuesday night. So I'm gonna leave work early tomorrow to head to that. Also, what was I gonna say? Yeah, this whole, like, Trump situation going on has genuinely pissed me off to the point where, like, I can no longer support him at all. Like, I never did when he started doing the shit with Israel, but now with him, first off, with him posting on Easter Sunday, cussing in a tweet, bragging about bombing people, and then saying praise be to Allah, their God, in Iran, and basically making fun of them on the day that Christ was risen. It's just straight up disrespectful when Trump calls himself a Christian. And third, like, now he's posting AI photos of him as Jesus, which is healing someone that seems to look like a lot like Epstein on a bed, and then Trump covers it by saying it has to do with Red Cross in, like, health or something that he's a part of. He's losing his mind, and before these leftists go, see, I told you, no, because unlike leftists, we can take accountability for voting for a shitty president, but that would be like when Joe Biden was in office. Like, they just cover up all of his bad mistakes by going, oh, like, he's doing perfectly fine, better than blah, 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 instead of being like, oh, this guy is an idiot. So that would be like, and for the people that are far right-wing, I understand, like, or actually I can't understand if you still support him, but I'm still a conservative. But, like, this whole shit of this Americanized Christianity and supporting Israel is a load of horse shit, and excuse my language, and threatening the Pope and threatening to not let him be in the United States anymore and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I just, like, cannot be behind that anymore when you make fun of my religion. And that would be like, for the people that don't understand that tweet that Trump made on Easter, that would be like a president of any third world country that we're at. Say I'm the president of a third world country and I'm at war with America, and I tweet on say, because, oh my gosh, say, like, I tweet on Easter, which is America's #1 religion is Christianity. So say that me being a third world country president tweeted on Easter, hey, praise to Jesus Christ because we're gonna nuke all you guys. That's basically what Trump was saying to Iran. Praise to your guys' religion. I'm gonna bomb you guys. Also, I'm tweeting this on the day that Jesus Christ was risen. Also, I'm Trump, and I think that I am the next Messiah, and that I am Jesus himself. And the Pope and the Church, the Catholic Church that's been around since Jesus died, I know more than them now, and me and my whole fan base are going to say that Pope Leo's the Antichrist, because all Pope said was, we need to quit killing people so much after years and years of this going on. that crazy of a workout. I forgot how late it was. I still gotta put away clothes and change my bed sheets. But yeah, we're looking fat. I'm sorry, guys. Like, if you've been here since day one, and like, I'm pretty sure you've heard me say 5 or 10 different excuses throughout this whole series on why I can't maintain losing weight week by week, which we were doing really well. We got to 225, then we had 2 weeks bad, then we got back down to 225, then we had another busy week during my Easter vigil, so that was another week of bad eating. Then this past week, I know, I've said a lot of dumb, stupid excuses. I had a lot of dumb decisions. I am really trying. Like, I know I say that and then I'll have 3 days of eating like shit or something, but I think this is just a part of spiritual warfare as well, with me becoming closer with Jesus, becoming Catholic. I will say that when I was talking about struggling with spiritual warfare and faithfulness a month ago or so, I will say it's a lot better than it was. But yeah, like, it would be a whole different story and a whole different thing of losing weight and stuff like that if I wasn't Christian. Like, I know a lot of bodybuilders and fitness guys that aren't Christian, so they'll do and take whatever and do whatever they need to lose weight or to hit their goals faster, which involves them doing sinful, dangerous things, which I'm just not gonna do. Like, I'm gonna do this the hard way. And the hard way is just waking up every day, being a Christian by itself, plus you're adding on that I'm trying to get shredded while working a full-time job while being a high school track coach. So, like, I prayed for God though. Like, I prayed to God for a year or like 9 months. Make me busy, because the busier I am, the less it takes. Sit off and focuses more on Him. And yeah. And so I know that I've stated several times of excuses and stuff like that, but yeah, what is going on right now? So, not even joking, right after I said Jesus' name and showed my rosary, I heard something. By the way, this gym, it's almost 9 o'clock. This gym holds a lot of funerals, because we have such a small town. Let me turn on all these lights. But I think I'm gonna skip cardio tonight at least. I'm gonna try to just it's already 9 o'clock. I got work tomorrow, then I have to get off early and go to a track meet. But yeah, the best prayer to do when Satan messes with you like this, at a place that's been held a lot of funerals, is look up the Saint Benedict prayer and just say it a bunch. I don't know, but yeah, sorry about all the excuses. Guys, first off, if you're new here, I'll say this. When we started this series, I kid you not, I was so unhealthy and fat from doing night shifts and everything. When I quit that job and started this series, I'm not even kidding you, I was so fat and out of shape. I was like 260 something when we started this, and if you scroll to the very beginning, I had to go to the hospital. It was the very first day of filming. For like a month straight, I kept feeling like I was gonna pass out every 2 minutes and felt like I was having a panic attack. So I go to the hospital with my mom, found out that I had bad kidneys. Fixed that. Then, not even 2 weeks later, I wrecked my truck, my very first truck. Had to spend all my savings that I was going to use for personal training in my future on a new truck. And then everything was going well until 3 weeks ago or so, when we were on track to 225. And yeah, so this is like technically the first weight bump in the road. But we've had a lot of like crazy bad shit happen to us. Literally right from the beginning. So like, how do I keep going? Well, him. And like, I'm telling you now, like, if I'm single or another car wreck happens and I wreck my truck I have now or something, I'm just gonna drop all this bodybuilding YouTube stuff and become a priest and enter preschool and dedicate my life to Jesus and never get married or have kids. Second option, so I've been thinking a lot about this, and I don't know if it's blasphemy or not, but you know how sick it would be if, like, later down the future, I'm not saying I have good genetics or I'll be a good bodybuilder, like, we don't even know yet, we haven't even got shredded, but let's just say I become big in like the fitness industry or whatever, a pro bodybuilder or something, get married, have kids, retire, become a deacon. That would be awesome, dude. Like, cause I know that deacons can be married and have kids. Like, but I don't know if it's blasphemy if like you're purposely planning that, cause I know like deacons and fathers mostly, it's mostly like a virginity thing of like, you're married to Jesus and you're not supposed to father any kids and you're the father of the church, and technically the people of your parish are your children. That's why they call them fathers. And deacons are like a step below that, I think. But I don't know for sure. Because if you plan that out, and like you're supposed to not be married, but like, say you got called to it while you were married and have kids, then it'd be allowed. But if I'm planning about it right now, I think it's blasphemy. I don't know. But sorry for ranting so much. Jesus Christ loves you. And I will see you with the yeah. But we're gonna hit this goal.